Hello and welcome to my language courses channel, your favorite place for learning languages. Today's lesson is on the present perfect tense. We'll see how to form it and how and when to use it. At the end of the lesson, there is an exercise for you. Just to remind you, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to our channel so that you can see more videos like this. And now something very important. For the present perfect tense, you need to know all the irregular verbs in English. We have a great video on the irregular verbs. I'll put a link to it here, and you can learn the most commonly used irregular verbs in English in just 1 week with this video. Don't forget to watch it. You can watch it anytime you want, as many times as you want. It's a great video on irregular verbs, and you will need them in order to master the present perfect tense. Just follow the link below and master the irregular verbs in no time. Now let's talk about the present perfect tense formation. Let's take a look at the formula of the present perfect tense. First, we have the subject, I, you, he, etc. Then we have the auxiliary verb, which for the present perfect tense is have. The auxiliary verb is have. For the third person singular, it's has. You know that in English, every tense has an auxiliary verb, and this verb helps us to form the tense. For the present perfect tense, the auxiliary verb is have. So we have the subject. After that, we have the auxiliary verb have. And after that, we have the main verb in past participle. This is the third form of the verb, the main verb in the sentence, in its past participle form. Okay, let's take a look at the example sentence. I have cleaned the house. I have cleaned the house. We have the subject, I. After that, we have the auxiliary verb have and the main verb in its past participle form. Here the verb clean, it is a regular verb, so the third form is cleaned. I have cleaned the house. This sentence is in present perfect tense. I have cleaned the house. Now let's take a look at some other example sentences below. You have lost your mind. He has forgotten the poem. Here we have third person singular, so the auxiliary verb have becomes has. She has been to China. It has been hot all day. We have read this article. You have eaten seafood. They have met each other before. You see that the formula is the same for every sentence. Subject, have or has, and the main verb in its past participle or third form. Now let's see the short form of positive sentences in present perfect. I've cleaned the house. As you can see, we have contracted the auxiliary verb have with the subject, and instead of I have, we can just say I've cleaned the house. You've lost your mind. He's forgotten the poem. She's been to China. It's been hot all day. We've read this article. You've eaten seafood. They've met each other before. And the negative form, it's very easy and very simple. We just put not after the verb have. And the sentence becomes negative. I have not cleaned the house. You have not lost your mind. He has not forgotten the poem. She has not been to China. It has not been hot all day. We have not read this article. You have not eaten seafood. They have not met each other before. So everything remains the same in the negative form. We simply make the auxiliary verb negative. Now, let's see how we form the questions. As usual, in English, we make an inversion for the questions. This is for yes-no questions. So the question is, have I cleaned the house? Here we put the auxiliary verb first. After that, we put the subject. This is called inversion. The auxiliary verb is first and the subject is second. We change their positions. We make an inversion. Have you lost your mind? Has he forgotten the poem? Has she been to China? Has it been hot all day? Have we read this article? Have you eaten seafood? Have they met each other before? And for these yes or no questions, we have short answers. Have I cleaned the house? Yes, I have, or no, I haven't. For the short answers, we use the auxiliary verb only. The idea is for the answer to be short, okay? Have you lost your mind? Yes, you have, or no, you haven't. Has he forgotten the poem? Yes, he has, or no, he hasn't. It's very simple and very easy. You just need to practice this every day. Now let's see the WH questions, another type of questions in English. They are called WH questions because we have a WH question word in them. For example, the word what or why, where, as well as how many. They are all called WH words. So, WH questions. How many times have I cleaned the house? As you can see here, the WH word is first. How many? How many times? After that, we have a regular question. Have I cleaned the house? How many times have I cleaned the house? What have you done today? The WH question word is first, and then we have a regular question. What have you done today? Why has he forgotten the poem? Why has she been to China? Why has it been hot all day? How many times have we read this article? Where have you eaten seafood? Where have they met each other before? These questions do not have short answers. They are not yes or no questions. They require more information in the answer. They require a specific information. This is why every answer is different. Now let's take a look at the use of present perfect tense. The first grammar rule is that we use the present perfect tense when we want to talk about unfinished actions that started in the past and continue to the present. So we have something that started some time ago and still continues to this moment. For example, I have been a doctor for 5 years. I have been a doctor for 5 years. This means that I became a doctor 5 years ago and I'm still a doctor. You can see the formation I, the subject I, have, the auxiliary verb have. Been is the third form of the verb to be. I have been a doctor for 5 years. I became a doctor 5 years ago and I'm still a doctor today. Pay attention to the words since and for. We use since to express the starting moment of something with a fixed time in the past. For example, I have been in this company since 1997. So I started working in this company in 1997 and I still work in this company. I have been in this company since 1997. We have a fixed time in the past. It's 1997. The other word, for, we use it to express the starting moment of something with a period of time. For example, I have been in this company for 2 years. We don't have a fixed time in the past. We have a period of time. I have been in this company for 2 years. Grammar rule number 2. We use the present perfect tense when we want to talk about a finished action with a result in the present and we focus on the result. For example, I have lost my key. It's not important when did I lose my key. We might even not know that. The important thing is that I have lost my key and I don't have a key now and I can't go into my house. The important thing is the result in the present. So we have something that happened in the past. We don't know when. It's not important when. The important thing is the result. I don't have a key. I have lost my key. And grammar rule number 3. We use the present perfect tense when we want to talk. We use the present perfect tense when we want to talk about life experience. For example, I have never visited London. I have never visited London. Pay attention to the word never. It's a very typical word for the present perfect tense. So in our life experience, we have never visited London. He has been in China. And the next example sentence is he has gone to China. Okay, in the first one, we have the verb to be. He has been in China. He has been in China. And in the second one, we have the verb to go. He has gone to China. Both verbs are in their past participle form. There is a difference in their meaning. In the first sentence, he has been in China. He has been in China. He was in China and now he is not there anymore. Okay? Sometime in the past, maybe a few years ago, he was in China, but he's not there anymore. He's been in China. A life experience. The other one, he has gone to China, means that he is still in China now. Okay? There is a big difference. He has gone to China means that he's still in China. He went to China and he's still there. He hasn't returned. So, we use the present perfect tense to talk about life experience. We don't say when the experience happened. Again, we focus on the result and the meaning of the sentence. We often use the words ever and never to express life experience. This is an exercise for you with the present perfect tense. You have to form sentences. Some of them are positive, others are negative, and also there are questions for you to form in the present perfect tense. You can write your answers in the comments below, and I will check and correct all of your answers to this exercise. Thank you for watching this video. If you think it's useful and helpful, please share it with your friends, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.